Welcome back, everyone. It's been 1 week now, almost, of our practice challenge, and every week I'm gonna give you one slightly longer video to do with practice and things that we've been talking during the week, just kind of recapping. But first of all, well done, everyone. It's amazing that you're doing this. Thank you for doing this challenge with me. It means a lot, and it makes a lot of sense to have a community supporting this amazing course. Before we dive in, I just wanted to let you know that I am working hard on getting even more things for all of you, more benefits. I'm working towards a Patreon page that we are gonna launch very, very soon. And in there, you're gonna find even more stuff to help your practice. This week has been about consistency. It's great to have a good practice day, but it's so much better to have so many little practices over and over and over consistently. That is what will make the difference when you actually try to learn something. Not just one good practice, but many practices, one after the other. And one day will be a really good practice and another day will not be as good, but still, because you practice, it will keep on building up and building up. Eventually, you'll get a massive tower. And that's why I started the first day with small steps. Start very small, with something very, very small. That's how we start a new habit. Now, this could be for you a new habit of practicing daily, or it could be just making that habit a bit more solid by doing this practice challenge. And what's most important is starting small. It's super important that we don't try to do too much every single day, because then the motivation will go down and we'll start not to do it anymore. Now, there is something that I found in this amazing book called Atomic Habits. I really recommend it for everybody if you've never read it before. And one of the things that he talks about is the 2-minute rule. The 2-minute rule is try to make a habit that takes less than 2 minutes to be able to build that habit. So talking about creating new habits. So for example, when it is to do with violin, could be for parents or for students who are independently practicing by themselves. Sometimes just getting the instrument ready, that's enough to get the practice for that day. I'm not saying that's enough for the practice, but that's enough to get it started. Most difficult things about habits is getting started. Once you start, it's actually not that difficult to keep going. So that's the 2-minute rule. Try to do something that is so easy that for 2 minutes or less, you can just do it without even thinking about it. Make it really easy. So it could be, like I said, preparing the instrument maybe before breakfast. You get your instrument ready, you go for breakfast, and as soon as you finish breakfast, your instrument is there, you play. Whatever you need to make your practice easier, whatever time of the day you're doing it. Now, the second rule is attach that habit to another habit that you already do. I was talking about breakfast, but it could be dinner time. So it could be, okay, every day I have dinner. Every day before dinner, I am gonna make sure that I practice so that it links together. Or it could be, as we get the dinner ready, we are going to get the instrument ready, and as soon as dinner is finished, you go and play your instrument. Or it could be listening. You could be listening to the recording of what you're gonna be practicing during a meal. I talk about meals because we have meals every day. And Dr. Suzuki used to say, practice only the days you eat. So it's really easy to attach something like practice to something that you do every day, which is eating. It could be brushing your teeth. It could be waking up in the morning. It could be before going to bed. Whatever works for you and for your family. That's the best thing. Don't try to follow exactly what I'm saying, but try to follow the idea. So attach your habit to another habit. That's what we call habit stacking. So we do this habit. When I get ready for dinner, I will prepare my instrument. Then you have dinner and then you play. So that's super important. One is make it really easy, the 2-minute rule, and 2, attach that habit to another habit. Another thing you can do to make habits easier and more attractive is try to make something rewarding out of it. Our brains like rewards. I'm not saying you need to get a reward because you practice, but try to link something that you like with the habit of practicing. So, I don't know, maybe you like doing playing with certain thing. Then you say, okay, I will practice, and as soon as I finish practice, I can go and play with that certain thing. Anything that you would really like to do, try to do it at the same time, like one after the other. You practice and then you get the reward, because then you're building up the reward system in the brain, and the brain saying, this is important and this is something that I can get a reward, so I want to do it. And finally, one of the things that we've been talking about this week, every single day, not just starting small, but the consistency. Try not to skip days. There will be days that it can happen, it's impossible. But most of the time it's possible to do the 2-minute rule, something very small that is possible every single day. Maybe you can do your usual half an hour practice, but you definitely can do 10 minutes. So if you can definitely do 10 minutes, your instrument is there, you do 10 minutes, and then you go and do whatever else in it. You come back really late in the evening, having got the time to do your normal practice. Okay, let's just get the instrument ready, play 2 pieces, done. At least I practice a little bit, or just do those bits that are really important that your teacher has been asking you to do. Do those bits, so at least those bits are practice. 5-time repetition or something, whatever it is. We will talk more about that, but try not to skip a day. As soon as you skip a day, it's much easier to skip another day, and then another day, and before you know it, you're practicing once or twice a week instead of once or twice a day. So every single day, consistency. Like I said, there will be days that is completely impossible, and that's fine. It's also important to take breaks. But try to stay as consistent as possible. Try to do it in a daily basis, because that will make a massive, massive change. If you have any questions about making a new habit, if you have any questions about practice, have any questions at all, please don't forget to write it either in the comments, or you can send me an email. I will make sure that I keep my email address in the comments. Whatever it is, send me a message. Please, let's keep this communication going. And like I said, very soon Patreon will be ready, and in there we're going to have an amazing community center where we can talk a lot more between us. So I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am, and I hope you continue with this challenge. See you soon.